There are more people connected to Jeffrey Epstein than you will ever realize. Also, a deep state assassin was just found dead by apparent suicide. Yeah. What's that, Tina? Yeah, no, he's an assassin. Well, he killed himself, Tina. Well, that's what they're saying. I don't really believe it either. Yeah, I think it's bullshit. If I had to bet on it, I'd say it's bullshit. Assassins do not kill themselves. They do the killing.
If I gotta die, I'm going like the greats. I don't plan it, but I live like it's today. Pop a quarter off a quarter and I'm straight. She can't stand me, but she came here anyway. If I gotta die, I'm going like the greats. I don't plan it, but I live like it's today.
And welcome back to another episode of DarthNews, baby. That's right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with a brand new episode of Everybody Hates Jeffrey Epstein. And if you don't hate Jeffrey Epstein, I'm going to assume you're the motherfucker who disliked this video. Moving on. Today's story begins with Esther Salas, a judge who lives in Brunswick, New Jersey, and who also happened to just take over the case of Jeffrey Epstein. Well, she just experienced an assassination attempt on her fucking family. Literally. Have you seen the scene in The Professional? Have you seen The Professional? Leon the Professional with Gary Oldman. Yeah, you remember that really terrible scene? That's what literally just happened to a federal judge's family. Okay, the assassin walked up to the front door at 5 p.m. in the afternoon. This happened at 5 p.m. We're in midsummer. It's broad fucking daylight. Walked up to the door disguised as a FedEx driver. Delivery man. Walks up to the door, rings the doorbell. The dad, her husband, opens the door. He gets shot 3 times. Somehow he doesn't die. He's in critical condition. Then the son comes up to see what the commotion is, and he shoots him right through the heart. Intentionally right through the heart. Now, they're saying that this was an attempt on the judge's life. No. I'm going to say this many times throughout this video. This was not an assassination attempt. This was the deep state sending a fucking message. Or trying to. If they wanted to kill her, they would have just killed her. There was nothing stopping the assassin from going downstairs and killing her. They're saying that she was safe because she was downstairs when this happened. In the basement. No. If he wanted her dead, she would have been dead. My theory is if they would have killed her, they would have just replaced her. They wanted to send a message. This is some fucked up shit, man. This is like some mafioso cartel shit. This is like hardcore. You know who would want this judge dead? How about Hollywood elites, corrupt politicians, Fortune 500 members, religious leaders? I don't know. A lot of powerful people. And you know what they all have in common? They're kid fuckers. They're diddlers. They're trafficking children and underage girls to private islands. The shit's real. If they want you dead, you're fucking dead. And these people have the power and the resources and the money to do whatever the fuck they want. It's the sad truth. The deep state is so fucking desperate right now. They're so desperate to silence everybody and to cover their own asses because you can take away money, but if they get busted, if something leaks, that's the kind of shit that will bring down your entire empire. They've seen it happen plenty of times, and they will not let that happen to them. These motherfuckers are so desperate to tie up loose ends that they are now literally blasting judges at their own fucking home in broad daylight. They are murking their families in broad daylight at their home. That's how desperate they are. Any judge that has the balls to take on this case, they're made of steel. Those balls are made of steel. There's no fucking way I'm taking on this case. I don't care how powerful of an attorney I am. I never will be an attorney, but you know what I'm saying. Hypothetically, if I was an attorney, fuck that. See ya. They were actually worried about Ghislane Maxwell killing herself. They wouldn't be moving her from Supermax prison to Supermax prison to Supermax prison. Like, we don't even know where the fuck she is. We have no idea where she's actually at. There's been no mugshots. We have no idea, we don't know anything. But they're probably keeping her on, Gitmo. Or she's probably just chilling on Gitmo right now. They probably took her against her will and were like, you're on Gitmo, bitch. But they're not keeping her so hidden for no reason because they're worried she's going to kill herself. No, they're worried. They're worried that somebody else is going to kill her. Because if she's dead, then kaput. There goes everything. There goes everything. Everyone is free. She's the only one that can bring down the entire system. She's the fucking key to bringing down that 1%. No, they're not even the 1%. They're the 0.0001%. Well, guess what? The plot thickens. They also found the body. Get this. They found the fucking body of the FedEx assassin. That's right. They found the body of the assassin in a car. Gunshot wound. Self-inflicted, apparently. So before I dive too deep into that, let's go ahead and read the article. Applejack, where are you at? Hit it!
Alright, the article reads, after a federal judge was assigned to Epstein case, her son and husband were murdered by assassin in FedEx uniform. If I'm correct, I believe her husband is in critical condition, not dead, but maybe he died. I'm not sure. But it goes, by now we all know that there are no coincidences when it comes to Jeffrey Epstein, and ain't that the goddamn truth? Let's read on. So when a man dressed as a FedEx driver opened fire at the home of a judge who was just assigned an Epstein case last week, you know something is up. Something is up indeed. The attack happened in New Jersey on Sunday night at the home of Judge Esther Salas. Judge Salas's 20-year-old son was killed and her husband is in critical condition. So then why did they say he was murdered at the top of the title? Anyway. And, well, that was my point. I think he was in critical condition. And the only reason the judge is still alive is that she was in the basement during the shooting. I don't believe that. To be honest, what I think happened is this was them sending a message. Because if you just killed the judge, if you just killed her, they would replace her with another judge. You wouldn't be doing anything. What they're trying to do is scare her, send a message. And I can only pray that she retaliates with all of the force that she has in her power. I mean, I hope she does not let this scare her. I hope this just fuels her to get to the bottom of what is going on. So here's an excerpt from the Daily Mail. The son of a federal judge has been shot dead and her husband critically wounded after they were attacked at their home by a gunman dressed as a FedEx driver. That's known as an assassin. He's not a FedEx driver. He's an assassin. The attack happened at the home of Esther Salas, 51, an Obama-appointed district court judge in North Brunswick, New Jersey on Sunday evening. The judge's 20-year-old son, Daniel Anderl, was killed, and her defense attorney, husband Mark Anderl, 63, was critically injured. The shooting came days after the judge was assigned the case with links to Jeffrey Epstein, although there is not any suggestion yet that the attack is linked to her work. The attack began around 5 p.m. when Mark and Daryl answered the front door to the family home when he was shot several times. Daniel, a student at the Catholic University in Washington, D.C., then went to investigate the commotion, and unfortunately he was fatally shot. The perpetrator, believed to be a lone gunman, then fled the scene and is not yet in custody. Let's get to that. Let's get to this part right here where he's not yet in custody, because we figured out what happened to him. So let's get to the meat and potatoes. Let's get to the point of today's video where the plot really thickens. All right, so this is where we take a turn into the more weird and enter conspiracy territory. The report says the FedEx assassin who shot Epstein's judge family was just found dead. The motherfucker was found dead from apparent suicide. This motherfucker was suicided. He didn't commit suicide. He was murdered. The murderer became the murdered. That's what fucking happened. Get the fuck out of here. The assassin who dressed up as a FedEx driver and opened fire on a federal judge's house has been found dead from suicide, they say. The judge was just recently assigned to a high-profile Epstein case last week, and Judge Salas' son was killed when he answered the door. The assassin shot him right in the heart. The crime occurred around 5 p.m. in New Jersey. The suspect was later found dead, apparently of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Self-inflicted. This motherfucker was suicided. In Liberty, New York, multiple law enforcement sources told ABC News a municipal employee discovered the body in a car. Okay, this guy was dumped. They dumped the body. Get the fuck out of here. The deceased suspect was an attorney who had a case before a Judge Salas in 2015, sources said. Yo, they told this. No, this is so. There's so much conspiracy around this. I don't care if he had some shit against her. Someone is pulling the strings. Someone is pulling these strings. A FedEx package addressed to Judge Salas was discovered in the car, sources said. The suspect who opened fire at the New Jersey home of U.S. District Judge Esther Salas died by suicide near Liberty, New York. Multiple law enforcement told ABC News. So they're saying this motherfucker's dead, but I don't think that he committed suicide. I just don't think that.
Like, you actually expect me to believe that he killed himself? You motherfucking mainstream motherfuckers are really trying to push this narrative that he committed suicide. Like, an assassin does not commit suicide. Look, they found a guy who apparently had some kind of record with this judge where she treated him unfairly or whatever. Now, who knows? They could have planted that story. I don't even know if that story's true. They could have planted that story, but let's go with it. Let's say that that's true. Let's say that this judge did something to him in the past and he was out for revenge. Well, they probably said, don't worry, we'll pay you off. Nobody will know who you are. We'll push you on a fucking private island. It'll all be good. Wink, wink, wink. Oh, I'm winking, by the way. Wink. It'll all be good. Don't worry about it. Just go take care of this judge. Shoot the husband and shoot the kid. Do your best to kill them, and then just book it out of there. And we'll make sure that you're safe. Well, he probably got in the getaway van. And at that point, they shot him in the fucking head, and they staged the whole thing. Yeah, and they probably just dumped his body into a fucking car. A random car. Was it his car? I don't know. Do we know whose car it was? Has ballistics looked at the gun and all that? It was probably a professional, but I do not believe for a minute that he killed himself. This conspiracy is getting thicker and thicker, and I'm going to do some more videos on Ghislane Maxwell very soon, because that bitch needs to burn. So that about wraps up this episode of Darth News, special edition Everybody Hates Pedophiles, especially Jeffrey Epstein and everyone that was connected to him. We hate all of them. Pedophile sums it up. I know. I think the more I say that word, this video won't get recommended. Yeah, that's true. My videos don't get recommended. Yeah, that's true. Well, yeah. Like, share, and subscribe, and feel free to hit that notification bell. Just remember, if you dislike the video, that's one like for Jeffrey Epstein.